What's going on, my intergalactic pals? And today I bring you some more rules and some card interaction. So with that all being said, let's get into it. So a question that I seen was, how does the interaction work? Can someone use DJ's ability to play Trog and still use the when played? Would the opponent get Trog, or would it still be captured? So DJ says, action, choose a friendly unit. If you do, play a unit from your hand. It costs one less. The chosen unit captures it. And two-faced Trog, 3 for 2/4 Sentinel. When played, you may have an opponent take control of this unit. If you do, create 2 credit tokens. So the way that would work is you would activate DJ's ability, you would choose a friendly unit to capture it, you would reduce the cost from 3 to 2, as long as you meet the requirements, yellow and blue. Then you would play the two-faced Trog, but it would be captured, and it would not get the one played ability, it would not go to your opponent, and you would not create those credit tokens. So it doesn't change, it stays captured, and then when it comes back into play, when that unit that captured it leaves play, Two-Face would just go under your control, because it's not entering play anymore, it's just back on the board state. So another card is, if I have a captured enemy unit and I play Rodamon Detonation, if I choose the unit, then have the captured unit, that unit is defeated because it's on play now or come back to the field after the event fully resolves. Detonation is 7 blue, and it's an event. Each player may return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand, period, then defeat all non-leader units. You do the card in parts, so you would have to return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. Let's say you choose the unit that had the captured unit, so as soon as that comes up, that captured unit comes out to the field, and then you would defeat all the units. So if a card captured by one of the cards that is returned in the first place, Rodon will defeat it, because it's a period, which means you have to fulfill that first. That unit is no longer being captured by that unit. It goes back to the board state, and then Detonation says, hey, now let's defeat everything. Okay, this is a long one, so let's break it down as much as I can. Creston, I'll show it, it's always here, has an ability that reads, action, discard 2 cards from your hand, return this unit to your hand. What happens if you are not the owner of the card when you activate it? For example, your opponent uses Tiberius Beckett to give you control of him. As written, it looks like Creston would go into your hand, but then you would have a card in your hand that you don't own. Is this intended? And if so, what happens if an effect shuffles Creston into your deck? This seems problematic because it can create a scenario where either of these cards with a different sleeve in the deck, and there is a card with the same sleeve that the card causes problems. The owner, they're just saying that because it might have a different sleeve, we all use different sleeves, that then it becomes a noticeable card or a marked card, and it becomes part of the deck. I'm assuming Creston is supposed to return this unit to its owner's hand to avoid all this, since every other card that returns to hand uses that template. So yes, if for whatever reason your opponent gave you the Creston and you use the action to discard 2 cards to return it to your hand, it doesn't go to your hand, it goes to the person who actually owns the card. Another card that someone asked about, it's the Rodamon Detonation. They said, if I give a unit to another player, next round I play Detonation, can the given unit to the other player buy my returned non-leader cards to its owner's hand? Yes, there's no specific wording that has, it's a friendly. You can choose any unit as long as it's a non-leader unit. Someone asked, if I have Padme what do you have to hide? As a leader, and I play charged with murder, disclosing 2 blue cards. Do I get to exhaust Padme to deal 1 damage, and after that defeat the unit with the charged murder effect? If I'm not mistaken, Padme triggered is nested, triggered, and resolves before fully resolving the card. Is that correct? So let's read Padme first. When you reveal or disclose 1 or more cards from your hand, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, deal 1 damage to a unit. Perfect. Charged with murder. 4, you may disclose blue. If you do, defeat a damaged non-leader unit. So, do I exhaust Padme to deal 1 damage, and after that defeat the unit? Okay. So you would play charged with murder, you would disclose, so that way you can then do the defeat a damaged non-leader unit. After that fully resolves, you then resolve Padme's ability, because it does trigger during the effect of the event, but cannot resolve until you fully finish the event itself. So, charged with murder, disclose. Padme's seen that you disclosed. You can exhaust her, but she doesn't do anything until charged with murder is fully finished. Are you considered the owner of a token unit? So they're asking about a token unit with Tiberius Beckett. Are you considered the owner of the token unit you create, or do they have an owner? Assuming I'm playing Beckett, or I guess this is about twins, or it's a twin son. So they're playing Beckett and Vader, and I create a TIE Fighter token with Vader, then give it the token to another player with Beckett's leader ability. When I deploy Beckett, can I target the token unit I gave to other players with the deployed ability? So the deployed side of Beckett is, when deployed, defeat any number of units you own but don't control. For each unit defeated this way, create a token and draw a card. Ownership versus control, part of the rules 1.5.2, ownership and control. A player is the owner of a card that started the game in their deck. This includes leaders, base, and any events, units, and upgrades that started the game in that deck. A player is also the owner of any non-unique or non-upgraded tokens they create. So, yes, you can destroy tokens that you give your opponent through Tiberius' effect and get his full ability. So, with all that being said, those are kind of what I've been seeing, and it seems primarily just about detonation. Interesting. Oh, and Beckett, more so. Here and there. If you guys have any questions, please ask them down below. Happy to answer them if I know them, and if not, there are a plethora of judges that I know who can help me. With all that being said, please be safe out there in our big galactic world of ours. I'll see you around.